Welcome back, everybody, to episode 5. We are now on habit 3. So we've talked about habit 1, be proactive. Habit 2, begin with the end in mind. And now habit 3, put first things first. This is the last of the 3 habits that surround what we call the private victory, the mastery over self. We talked in our first episode about the importance of the way we see things, our paradigms or our mindset. And one way to see things regarding this habit is to say, gosh, I got to take care of those things that are most urgent. And that sounds logical, doesn't it? When we want to be highly effective, when we want to feel empowered, we say, I got to take care of those things that are most important. Now, often those are things that are also urgent. But many times we confuse urgency with importance. Now, I will admit, during this time of literal crises, everything or most everything is important and urgent. But I still think there's a great benefit to slowing down a little bit and deciding what is really important or more important than other things, and what things am I spending time on that are just urgent and not as important. Habit number 3 is really where the rubber meets the road. The key principle here is prioritization and then execution. In habit 2, Jen talked about creating this vision. What do I want to be known for? Certainly for my entire life, but specifically in this time of challenge and crises. What do I want my reputation to be? Well, habit 3 is, okay, what am I going to do about that now? I have this vision of what I want to be known for, how I want to act. So what am I going to do about it? Like I said, it's where the rubber meets the road. Do I want to be everything to everybody? Am I going to try and do it all? I know that's well intended, but I have found in my life that when I'm trying to be everything to everybody and do it all, I'm usually doing a pretty poor job of a lot of things versus a really good job of a few things. So prioritization is the key here. I'm going to tell you what might sound like really that's what you're going to talk about now, but will be so critical, and that is to plan. Plan your week, plan your day. And while most of us are hopefully all of us, are quarantined and sequestered at home, you're thinking, well, what's to plan? With the few people that live in my home and kind of know what I've got to do, there's real value in creating a plan right now. A couple of days ago, here I am teaching you about this. We didn't create a plan, my wife and I. And we knew the few things we were going to do, but ended up turning on the TV and watching news story after news story. I think it was sometime in the afternoon when I realized I still had on the same pair of gray sweats that I had on for the last 2 days. And didn't really think about what I had been eating during the day. And by the end of the day, very honestly, I was pretty depressed. It could be a depressing time anyway with all of the uncertainty going on. And my actions that day and no thought of a plan contributed deeply to that depression. We both talked about it and said, no, certainly we need the news. We need to be informed, but let's decide how much news are we going to absorb during the day? What time of day are we going to watch the news to get caught up in what's going on? Get up in the morning, get dressed, put your schedule together. And that schedule might be, who am I going to call? Who am I going to check in on? What time am I going to do that? There is real value in creating a plan. It gives you a sense of direction during this time when some of us feel so directionless. Schedule what time you're going to watch the news, as I said. Decide, what are we going to eat today? When are we going to eat? Or am I just going to graze all day like I did the other day? It's so easy, especially being self-quarantined, to just not take note of what you're eating, your nutrition. Make a plan. Make a plan for your week. Make a plan for your day. List out everything that is important to you. And then you will be able to see, wait a minute, what urgencies am I allowing to pull me away from these things that are truly important? So that's my challenge to you. Make a list, all of the things that are important to you, your highest priorities. Notice those things that are urgent but not as important so that you can maybe spend less time on those things. And then write out a plan. Map out a plan for your day today. Map out a plan for your upcoming week. Decide what time of the day you're going to do this activity and that activity. It will give you a greater sense of control and a greater sense of what we call inner peace. Thank you. If you'd like more resources to apply these concepts, please visit us at franklincovey.com/7habitstools.